friends, welcome to Cosplay Kitchen. This month we're going to be looking at some 90s throwback meals. Today specifically we're going to be looking at an American style goulash, a recipe that was given to me by Camera Guy's mom, or my mother-in-law. I'm going to be cosplaying Webby from Ducktales, so hop on in, join the party, and let's get started. We're going to be making an American style goulash, which is different from Hungarian goulash, being a stew of tomatoes and meat and vegetables. In the 90s, something happened within American families. A lot of families had both parents going into the workforce. So in order to maintain having a home-cooked meal, the idea of quick fix meals, casseroles, semi-homemade really started to come into American cuisine. So this American goulash has ketchup, making it very American, and macaroni, which, believe it or not, is an invention that happened right here in the United States. Speaking of macaroni, that's going to be the first ingredient. I went ahead and cooked some macaroni earlier today, and to that, we're going to add in some ground beef. Now, I made sure to season that ground beef with their family's secret ingredient, Morton's Nature's Seasoning Salt. Whatever seasoning salt that you and your family enjoy, go ahead and use that. That just happens to be the one that my mother-in-law uses, and I swear by it. So we're gonna go ahead and add that in. And then to that, we are then going to add in 1 can of canned diced tomatoes. Make sure they are diced and drained. So we're gonna add that in. And then, this is important, chunks of cheese that are cut into about half to about a 1/4 inch. Now, the reason you want chunks of cheese instead of grated cheese is that way you end up with little pockets of cheese throughout, as opposed to it just being kind of a melty gooey all the way through. So add in our chunks of cheese. And then some ketchup, the thing that makes this very uniquely American, the ketchup. And we're gonna add in, I have no idea how much ketchup to add in. Guess we're gonna have to call Mom.
Oh, hi, Carrie.
Hi.
How are you doing, honey?
I'm good, thanks. I'm making goulash.
Oh, you're making goulash.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't made it for a little while myself.
Real quick, I don't know how much ketchup to put in.
How much ketchup do I use? Oh, let me think, honey. That's a tough one. I don't measure. I just kind of squish it in until it has a nice tomatoey look to the noodles and the macaroni and stuff. So that's my best answer I can give you. Anyway, I hope it helps.
It really does help. Bye! Moms always know best. All right, so you'll notice that I really haven't given you any amounts throughout this whole process. Oftentimes meals like that are handed down through families don't tend to have those exact measurements. The great thing about a meal like this is that you can kind of twist it and turn it to meet your needs, whether it be your personal tastes, or maybe you're trying to save a little bit of money and you're going to need to pull back on the meat or on the cheese in order to make it fit whatever it is that you need to work for you. So let's go ahead and add in our ketchup. And give it a stir, because like Mom said, we need to make sure that it's done. It's a little dry. I think we need just a bit more. Let's see how it's doing. Oh yeah, that's starting to look right. There we go. We're going to be transferring this over into a casserole dish. Now normally when you think of a casserole dish, you think of a 9x13. This, however, is going to be a little bit different. You want it to be in a much taller and more narrow casserole dish. So anything that tends to be a tall, narrow casserole dish is going to be the best. I'm going to be transferring it to this one. I've already sprayed it with some nonstick spray. Not required, but trust me, it's going to make your life a lot easier. So once we get that transferred in, we're going to sprinkle over the top some grated cheese. Yes, grated this time. And it's going to be going into a 350-degree oven until the sides start to bubble up and all the cheese is melted. Once again, notice I didn't give you a time because depending on your specific casserole dish, it's going to change to your specific needs. So let's go ahead and get this in the oven. So there we have it, American style goulash, direct from Camera Guy's family. Oh, I love it. You get these big chunks of melted cheese in there. It's going to be the perfect meal as the winter is coming through and the weather is getting colder. So I hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to throw up a like, maybe even consider subscribing, and in the meantime, don't eat yellow snow.